Sports Hotline, you're on the air.
Huh?
Sports Hotline.
What?
Sir, do you want to talk to us about the Oilers, the Jays, the Rough Riders? What do you want, sir?
A large, everything on it, no anchovy.
And then you fillet the fine lean meat and saute it for 1 hour. Serve with parsley and a cream wine sauce.
This has been Pet Care with a very cruel person. Papa sang bass.
Mama sang tenor.
Sister sang contralto.
Brother sang first soprano.
Auntie sang second soprano.
Uncle sang alto.
The CBC needs a new mandate. And our copy of Blue Boy is all worn out, too. Now it's time for...
Easy, Frantic Times.
One species that has become endangered in Toronto is the seagull in the ballpark. One by one, their numbers are being reduced. And after 10 million years, 3 more might get hit, leaving only 8 billion garbage-eating gulls in the downtown core.
The Seagull thrown to him. He grabs the gull by the neck. He winds up. There's the pitch. It's a curved gull. The batter's wings. Feathers everywhere.
To protect these flea-infested scavengers, people are being charged with cruelty to dumb, ugly, stupid animals. For more information on the seagull in the ballpark, contact the Toronto Police Force for an apology.
When criminals run free.
When criminals run loose.
When criminals run Ottawa.
Then people run to one man.
Mr. Canoehead.
Brother of Ted.
Hi, folks! Mr. Canoehead, an average Canadian who had an aluminum canoe bonded to his head by a bolt of lightning.
Now he battles crime because he's chronically unemployed.
I've got 50 burgers here. Who wants them?
Oh, I do.
Here you go, Chief. Give some to the kids, too.
It sure is swell of you, Mr. Canoehead, to cook up all these burgers for the orphanage of Our Lady of the Perpetual Drum Solo's annual picnic.
Well, my canoe gets so hot in the sun, I figured, what the heck.
Well thought out, too.
Hey, mister, can I get a hot dog and a beer, please?
Sorry, son. Hot dogs roll off my hoe.
Oh.
You can't get a beer here.
I can't?
No, you have to go to Sister Mary Joseph.
Oh.
Yeah, and take your allowance with you. It's a cash bar.
Right. Mr. Canoehead.
It's Sister Superstructure.
Oh.
You seem excited, sister. The hem of your habit is flushed.
Yes, it's the orphanage. It's gone. Disappeared. The whole thing has vanished. It's been taken. Someone swiped it. They absconded with the orphanage. It's been pinched. Purloined, snatched.
What are you saying?
The orphanage is gone?
Yes, this is terrible. What will I do?
Have a burger, sister.
Oh, thank you.
Will this be the end of Mr. Canoehead?
No reason to think so, really.
No.
Join us again next week for Mr. Canoehead.
And the mystery of the disappearing orphanage or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I've done it. I've plugged into the government computer.
Someone might hear you.
Sure, but I've tapped into the government payroll.
All right. This is going to solve our problems.
Gonna get us our jobs back.
Okay. Go ahead. Add the name.
Okay. List of civil servants to be fired. Bill Bennett.
All right.
This is Ted Krinkle reporting live from Pickering, Ontario. The site of the world's largest nuclear power plant.
We lost another reactor!
Oh, no.
Here in Pickering, the site of one of the largest nuclear reactors.
Whoa! We just lost number 4!
The site of a new breeder reactor that's... The site of the world's largest nuclear museum. I'm speaking with the head of the power plant, Dr. Wallaby Goldfarb.
Ted, nuclear power is feared because of ignorance and misunderstanding. But I think I have it straight now.
Dr. Goldfarb, is there any danger from radiation?
We are in no danger whatsoever. Mind you, anyone downwind of here is going to look like Jabba the Hutt tomorrow.
Well, now, I thought Canadian reactors are the safest in the world.
Oh, they are. We have these kind of terrible accidents much less than the Americans do.
I see. Now, how hot did the reactor get?
Well, the moderator melted.
The cadmium safety rods?
No, Fred Davis.
Aren't you at all worried?
No, of course not. Actually, I'm feeling quite giddy. Mind you, that could just be a side effect of the radiation. Here, would you like a clump of my hair?
No, thanks.
Help yourself.
Now, what happened to reactor number 4?
The core melted. It was very scary. Like that movie with Jane Fonda that had everybody sort of nervous for a while.
Ah, the China syndrome.
No, Barbarella. Ooh. That plexiglass bra thing she was wearing was pretty scary because you think you'd seen something and then you hadn't. You know, you're up all night. You had a question there a while ago, didn't you?
Now, the local people here, are they in danger?
Well, that depends on what you mean by danger.
I mean danger.
Oh, yes, they are. But there's no sense panicking and running around. That will only make it harder to identify the bodies later.
But can these people be moved somewhere safe?
No, these reactors got sold to every country in the world. Unfortunately, they're all over the place.
Pardon me, Dr. Goldfarb, but isn't that heavy water that's flowing into this room?
That's not heavy. But it's not my brother either. We're drowning in it here.
But we have no protection from radiation.
We have these hard hats. See?
How does that help?
Well, you don't put it on your head. You hold it down here like this. Cover.
But what about the leak?
Well, you have to move the hat out of the way if you want to, They're only plastic, they might melt.
Now, what about the pumps? Why aren't they working?
The pumps. Well, you see, we didn't have the right 3-prong plug last time we plugged them in. Oh, it was awful. There were sparks, there was flames, there was smoke, and there was a smell of burning rubber. Similar to my assistant Anita on horseback. Whoops, sir, sup. So long.
This is Ted Krinkle, signing off from Pickering, Ontario, the site of the world's largest indoor pool.
All right, hold on, I'm coming.
Hi, Chester.
Oh, hello there, Hank. Come on in.
I was just in the neighborhood.
Well, I'm always glad to see one of the old gang. Come on in. Have a seat.
Oh, is the tug dry?
Well, it ought to be. I started it, but I don't know. It's better that you should sit on the lazy boy. It's vinyl.
Right.
Oh, you got new galoshes on, I see.
Oh, yeah. It's Mercy got them for me. I'm real happy with them.
Well, they look good.
Oh, yep.
Yep. I guess that means you still have 1.5 foot of water at your place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I can see you still got 1.5 foot of water here.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I don't know about you, but I miss the old days when we didn't have 1.5 foot of water to wade through.
I'm with you there. I got to admit, those were better days.
Yep.
No 1.5 foot of water then.
Sure. Things were comfortable then. The wife, the kids, the cats.
No cats anymore?
Lost them in an undertow.
Oh. That's a shame.
Yeah, and I could really use them right now, to get rid of some of those household pests.
Some mice?
Oh, no. Trout. And a few pickerel. Oh, and them pickerel, they got teeth. I got these holes in my new boots.
Hank? Think things will ever be dry again?
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
Things change all the time.
That's true.
Could get better.
Or worse.
Or worse. I never thought of that. Could you imagine we had 2 feet of water? Who?
You'd have to put the furniture up on pontoons.
I can tell you, I don't look forward to that day. No.
I'd hate to have 2 feet of water. We should just be thankful we only got 1.5 feet of water.
I suppose so.
Yeah. Cheesy?
Oh, thanks. Just float the bowl over here.
There you go.
Hello, I'm Mr. Safety. Well, it's almost that time again. Time for kids everywhere to pick up their books and return to school for the 3 R's. Reading, regurgitation, and renal mutilation. Here are Mr. Safety's tips for a safer school year. In metal shop, do not spot weld anything you're holding in your lap. Don't give your locker combination to the school pusher, even if he is your math teacher. If you get a lift to school from a stranger, make sure the car does not have New Jersey license plates. Lockers are not airtight. Please wash your gym outfit annually. Now, it may appear to be a waste of good meat, but do not eat the cats dissected in biology. Beware of fellow students with tape glasses who reek of ammonia. For the benefit of the teacher, act really interested in theater arts. And finally, do not poke fun at 2-year occupational students.
This has been a message from the government of Korea.
When fear and trouble run hand in hand.
Break down your leg.
And fill your shoes with danger. People call for one man.
Mr. Canoehead.
Ou son frère Ted. Mr. Canoehead, battling crime with a canoe welded to his head.
So Lord knows why.
No.
When last we saw Mr. Canoehead, someone had stolen an orphanage, and Mr. Canoehead is hot on the trail.
What?
I don't get it.
It certainly is nice of you to help us find our orphanage, Mr. Canoehead.
Well, sister, ever since I got hit by lightning while portaging this canoe, I have dedicated my life to stopping badness and evil.
Well, that's great, Mr. Canoehead.
What is, Chief?
Well, the way you summed up your story for any new listeners.
Well, Chief, it's a tough concept. If only we were on TV.
Then we'd be well paid.
Here's the hole in the ground where the orphanage used to be.
Whoever took this orphanage wanted something.
A hernia.
Mr. Canoehead, what are you going to do?
Well, so far, I'm trying to stand around looking extra serious.
Who? What? Where? When? Why? How?
Good question, Chief. Now, if I can just look around here for some clues.
No, Mr. Canoehead, don't turn around.
She fell down the pit, Mr. Canoehead. You knocked her down.
She was a good woman. Wait a minute. What's this? It's a crucifix.
Probably hers.
No, this one's blue. Hers would be pink. This must have belonged to a boy.
Look, there's a little furry animal on it.
Of course. It must have been the mole monks that stole the orphanage.
The mole monks?
Underground brothers who have forsaken God for evil.
Oh, just like Darth Vader.
Sort of.
Oh, can I be Chewbacca?
You already are, Chief.
Oh, neat.
Now stand back. I'm going to jump into that pit after her and use my hull as a parachute.
Don't do it, Mr. Canoehead.
Why not, Chief?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Go ahead, do it.
Will Mr. Canoehead get to the bottom of this?
Will he find the orphanage?
Will we even bother to finish the story?
I doubt it, but find out next week on Mr. Canoehead.
Are you feeling down, depressed, thinking of ending it all? Then why not give me a call here at Suicide Watch? I'm Roland Grit, and I care. I really do. Suicide Watch is brought to you by Manfred's Antihistamine Dill Pickles. The crunchy snack that cures allergies. A soul in distress is calling us now. Suicide Watch, you're on the air, friend.
I'm gonna kill myself. I can't stand it anymore.
Don't do it, sir. It's not worth it.
Too late. I've got a gun pressed to my forehead, and the trigger is attached to a bimetallic expanding strip that responds to heat from induced currents of these electromagnetic coils that draw power when this polygraphic stress detector measures my levels of excitement is too high. And I'm reaching that point.
How many times have I heard that story?
Oh, sure. You're just like all the others, laughing at the inventions of Dingbat Donaldson.
No, I believe that it works, Dingbat, but why end your life by such a bizarre method?
Prove to the world that it works. Right now, this poly-electro-expansion head blaster is patent pending.
Well, there, that's something to be proud of.
I've got 6,000 patents. They're all pending. I can't stand it. Well, that's it. This is one patent that's gonna pend.
No, don't do it.
There, it's plugged in.
No!
I don't hear a shot. Did you invent a silencer, too?
No.
Well, thank God your machine's a failure.
It is not a failure. The gun goes off when my polygraph shows I'm upset enough.
Calm down. How long will that take?
According to my digital lunar-powered sundial, 2 lousy minutes and then bam!
Well, that's not very long, friend.
No, it isn't.
It's long enough for this word from Manfred.
What?
Billy, come in and eat your pickles.
Oh, gee, Mom, I can't even snack with these allergies.
Try Manfred's new antihistamine dill pickles.
Crunchy, tasty, and my eyes stopped watering. Oh, no, a cat.
Have a gherkin, Billy. They're good for animal allergies.
And when the dust level gets too high, I've got bread and butter pickles.
Plus, the tetracycline pickle juice will clear up your little pimples.
Now that's what I call health food. Manfred's pickle and histamine, a tasty treat that stops your nasal flow. It's Manfred's dill for hay, fever will keep sinuses clean, and tetracycline makes that acne go.
It's Manfred's.
It's good.
We're back again, friends.
Antihistamine pickles. I could come up with better creations than that.
Look, just because you're going to die, it's no need to make fun of the sponsor.
But I have way better ideas, like orthodontic chewing gum that straightens out your teeth while you chew.
That sounds like the kind of idea Manfred might go for.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'd even buy my ultrasonic barbell-activated mosquito repellent.
Sure.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Well, there's no need to get excited, sir.
Or my heat-seeking bedpan.
Try to calm down, friend.
Or my bagel-slicing window defogger for Jewish people who like good visibility.
Don't get excited, Dingbat.
Oh, boy.
Remember your stress detector.
There's hope.
Oh, no. His invention worked. Where did it? Hello? Are you alive? You are, aren't you? Come on. I know you're on the line. I can hear you breathing, Dingbat.
Don't call me Dingbat. It didn't work because of human error. I moved my head out of the way and I just get out of the...
Well, that's all for this week. Remember, if you're contemplating self-defenestration, wait until Saturday morning. It's the only time slot we could get for Suicide Watch. Brought to you by Manfred's Antibiotic, Antihistamine, Pickels. The great cure-all, unless you're allergic to pickles.
It's hard to find a good man who's honest and sincere, who knows how to give comfort and soothe a woman's tear. I fell in love on Sunday, the moment that he said, "Take this on my body." Then we dined on wine and bread. Oh, I want to marry a Catholic priest and make that church our home. I want to marry a Catholic priest and tie the knot in Rome. I'd cook and sew and clean his robes for major church occasions, and help him run the canned food drive and convert those pagans. I want to marry a Catholic priest and starch his Roman collar. I want to marry a Catholic priest and call my husband father. We'd have a big Catholic family, more kids than we could handle. We'd dress them up like altar boys and give each one a candle. He'd have a steady job for life and fill me up with hope. And if I stand behind my man, someday he might make Pope. For bingo, if a Catholic priest, there's nothing I wouldn't do. All he needs to do to please my folks is convert and become a Jew.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have been listening to Frantic Times. Conceived, written, and performed by the Frantics, Dan Redican, Paul Chatto, Rick Green, and Peter Wildman. With special guest Meg Ruffman. Sound effects by Kathy Perry. Technical production, Brian Dawes and Don Patterson. Production assistant was Deborah Coffin. It was produced by David Milligan here in the beautiful Blue Orchid Room at the Ontario College of Art. Have a nice lunch, everybody. So long.